everybody, this is your host, Gabriel Phoenix, and welcome to another action-packed day. That's right, everybody. We're here to get the action pack ready to go, and we're all going to be super ready. Let's dive right into Lord of the Rings. As you know, I got some fancy little things here. As you can see, when I can go back now over to my main screen here, hit that action pack button, that's right, and then get right into Lord of the Rings. Woo! Told you I'm going to be improving the everything up really great. I did get some better equipment for the stream, so I'm working with it. I'm getting some new stuff. I'm learning a lot for everything, so I hope you guys can enjoy. It is going to be wonderful, and today we're going to go over part 2 of the Commanders. I promised everybody that I would finish the segment before the season end with the remaining of the Commanders. So that way I can actually give you guys some love, you know, give you guys some multiple love over there, do what we can. So, let's get into it, dive right in, and let's have some fun. What new equipment I got was, of course, the Elgato Steam Deck. It was just, everyone was recommending it, and then I saw, and then I didn't really understand it until I used it. It's really good for a transition. I haven't set everything up because I just got it in today, so there's a lot of stuff I need to like fix. I'm gonna probably redo all the borders for my whole channel. Probably redo some banners and everything for each game. So I'm glad everybody's gonna enjoy it. Let's get into it. So all right, first thing you do after you grab a drink from a tavern, make sure you actually got some stuff to go. That's right. You gotta love that. Now, last time we did, I believe it was 8 commanders. We're gonna be doing the rest of commanders today. I'm just gonna make sure I don't miss anything here. Gremlin here. Okay, so back to what I was saying here is that we went over our main commanders here, which is Kamal, Shadow, Sauron, Black Serpent, Axork, the Undying, Luz, and Gurisnik. I think that's how you say his name. Now we're going to get into the other ones. We're going to get into Maltak, which he's a really good guy. Actually, I've been playing with him a lot more. I did do some battles so that way you guys can see how they work and how efficient it is. Now with him, I actually been seeing a couple of battles, and I have seen some wonderful things. Let me tell you, he is a really good rare commander. He is fantastic. I 100% recommend him as a starting commander. If you get him early game, good. Get him to respect 5. You want to get him to respect 5. This guy is really phenomenal with riders, just pure riders. I didn't think it was going to be a good thing, but it's actually wonderful. This guy really does a lot. Reason being is that he does recover HP with riders. He makes their defense really bulky. He does plus damage, and you can give them a plus 10 damage reduction here, and you can lower the enemy stats a little bit right there. So that's how I would build him. Next season, because when all the levels reset, I'm gonna go and focus on only commanders, because the truth and the fact is you can't really level up all your commanders the way you want them to. It's never good to have all your commanders level 50, and there's a big reason for that. You don't want your all your commanders level 50 because One, you cannot do their whole armies. Their whole armies will not fit whatsoever. It just won't fit. Yeah, you can level up to level 50 and maybe do half armies, but you're kind of just wasting time. So what I would recommend for the commanders, to be honest with you, when you're getting into more mid to late game, have 4 level 50s, or you can have 6 level 50s, but you won't be able to make anything else. So I would do 4 level 50s, 4 level 40s, so that way you have 8 commanders. Like here I was like playing with it, so I did 6 level 40s, I did about 6 level 30s, and then I did the rest 20s. That worked out pretty decently. That's not actually a bad leveling when to balance for your whole army, but it's very difficult to maintain. I do gotta admit, it does take a while to reload, and I could have been doing a lot more if I just had 10. So I think next season I'm just gonna focus on 10 commanders, and the 10 commanders that I'm gonna be focusing on is really Kamal, of course, Shadow, Sauron, Black Serpent, because I have Black Serpent Respect 3. I am going to be focused on Azork. He's really good. I am going to be doing Undying. I did find a really good build for him. Remember last video I was telling you? So it's really good just to get these damage reduction. If you can get them tier 5, do the HP. I wouldn't bother with these. I would get this right here. I would do the HP recovery in this. He's just a support. I was using him. He's not the best to use. He's just put riders and dragoons on him because he does major reduced damage. He is really good at reducing damage. Very, very good. Very good at reducing damage. Just look, he does avoidance of all physical damage from the first 4 hits. That's 60%. And then right here is minus 28 from range units. And then here's another 21. So you get a 30 bonus on dragoons. And with range for dragoons, you get a ridiculous amount for reducing of that. So dragoons are really good with the Undying. And then using riders is another good one because you're reducing damage as well. That is phenomenal. I mean, you can also use the spear, Evil Man spear units. Those will actually be really good as well. But yes, I am going to be using these 6. I am going to be using Luz because I do have Luz already maxed out on tier 5, so I can use his ability. Ganesh, I don't know if I'm going to be using him as much. Honestly, out of the 10 main commanders that I'm going to do, and I'm going to do 4 level 50s and then 6 level 40s. I might be able to fit in 6 level 50s and do 4 level 40s. That might not be so bad. I have to test that out next season. But definitely he is somebody that I was playing around with today. Like this is going from the last video. He does pretty decently. I mean, his continuous damage, his poison damage on spot. But Maltak, I was using him earlier, and he is phenomenal. So let's take a look at that. Let's go into one of the previous battles I was doing with him. Where is he? I was fighting all day. Fighting all day, guys. Fighting all day. He does have a battle here. Okay, so here it is. So let's look at this. So this guy is using, this is a Lindo player. He's using these amazing cavalry units. And let's take a look at it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean about how truly amazing. This is a pure riders team, and I didn't think it was going to be that good until I saw how powerful they are, because I have 3,000, he has 3,600. If anybody knows, Rohan's units are just really overpowered in this game. They do need a little nerfing. But yeah, look at that. They did only 300 damage on him. my units are doing 1,000. They're doing 19 right there. Boom, 12,423. That is ridiculous. Like, and this is without the damage reduction bonus from Maltak. If I was to get Maltak his damage reduction bonus, that would have gone down significantly. But look at that. This is just riders on him. My things are recovering HP. They're able to do a lot more. And this Maltak is just hands down doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. Just look at that. And this is facing now Theoden, I think, is an epic, or is he a legend? I think he is a legend. Hey Zooey, how you doing? But anyways, Theoden, he's facing Theoden, and we're hitting him pretty hard. Now this is a rare commander. Maltak is really surprising. I gotta admit, I'm definitely gonna keep him as one of my top 10 commanders for next season that I'm gonna focus on. I was super shocked at the damage he was doing. I was shocked at the damage soak up, and this is without the additional damage soak up because the defense on those riders are plus 40. Man, he's epic. That's what I thought. So he's an epic. So he's a tier up from a rare. But man, this guy is just on fire. He's doing super good, and I love riders. Like, look at that, 10,000. He's doing continuously with his riders 10,000, doing 18,000, all that stuff, and he's healing the ward. Look, they're healing. We keep going on forward. Well, that was on the enemy team. But man, the defense, the buff on these riders are just phenomenal. Really are phenomenal. Now just Maltak. Just hitting up regularly. Yeah, but Theoden is healing up crazy good too. Yeah. See, and this is what I was saying. It's like, for a rare, he's really good. Hey, Snow, how you doing? So that's what I would do. I'm going to definitely focus on him. Get him into pure warg. Riders are going to be phenomenal. That's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do next season, I'm going to level up him to level 40. I'm going to make sure to level up this to level 7. Make sure I get these up automatically because, man, plus 40 defense is a lot of defense, people. That is a lot of defense. Right here, they're able to recover HP too after the 5th round. Sorry, that's why it wasn't the healing. It's after round 5, they start healing HP like crazy. And then right there, he's already increasing the damage they do by 30%, and they're immune to madness, which is phenomenal. Well, and then I can get like a plus 15 might there. But the plus of this is, I think it's negative 20 on this, so it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 12. It'll be like 12 or 14. What server I'm doing next season? I will be doing roleplay. I'm in server 5 right now, so those are the only one. Yeah, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm actually gonna be doing next season, because I'm gonna use 10 commanders max on mid-level to max. What I want to do is get my core, because you can't, when you have as many commanders as I do, and I explained this before, you can't really field all your commanders. Your brackets, your barracks won't allow you to get all the way all your commanders. You won't be able to field your commanders. Your barracks really are going to prevent you from making that many units, and you're not going to be able to do anything at all. Like, it really stumps your growth. How you get so many commanders? Well, you pull from chests, you focus on exchanging items to get certain epics, and yeah, that's how you get so many commanders. And it's called you spend a little money. Well, when we going into, that's the next commander I was gonna go into. So good question. Would Sharku be a better for riders? Looking at riders here, his tier 3 right here is not the best. And he has a marching, and you can't really do anything with that. So in reality, no. Maltak actually does a lot better. Maltak is definitely a lot better at riders, surprisingly, than Shaku. But Shaku, don't put this guy down. This guy here, man, he still does good because he does have his burning attacks. He does have, you know, some poison burns, you know, everything like that. He does make his, like, physical damage, you could say. But to be honest with you, this guy here, I would do this. I would physically go, because I don't have him tier 5. If I had him tier 5, of course I would level up my walk trainer. I would do the walk healing and the beast trainer. I would do that all the way max out. That's what I would do. And then I would get his I know it, Arsonist. I'll get his Arsonist maxed out because it is great that normal attacks inflicts burn damage twice, dealing less damage with successful hits. That may do some additional damage, but in reality, like, it's not the best. I mean, it's really not the best. You can also forget doing this, and you can go ahead and do Warband Leader to get your tips faster and maybe make him more siege, because Wogs are pretty good at doing siege as well. The beast, he's nice little creatures. But yeah, no, definitely he's a lot better. He's top tier with riders. I will definitely max him out to level 40, and then just use him because he is really good. Well, good news is Season 2 you'll be able to change your server without losing your benefits. So you can keep all of your commanders. I am gonna stick with roleplay. Nobody knows what's going on with the servers when it comes to roleplays. Like, am I gonna keep being like roleplay server 5? I don't know what's going on with that. If anybody knows, just let me know. I think everybody's confused about it. Like, I think they're just gonna shoot us in random servers, and then we'll just see if we get lucky. Because I would love all you guys to play with me. I'm staying Agmar, and we're gonna continue going on Agmar and doing that. That's why I'm gonna stick with my evil commanders. Who knows? I may get lucky next season and get Witch King. I hope so. So, let's talk about the next commander on the list. So, I already told you, these guys you want to put riders 100%. They're really good at doing riders. Perfect 100. Same kind of build. Now, he is actually very interesting. Shaghagret? Shaghagret? That's how I think you say it. Shaghagret. He's actually quite interesting. I am not going to be leveling him next season. He is actually interesting. His level 5 is pretty good. It does reduce damage. It definitely gives you a big boost in healing, and as well as army defense. So, but this guy's stun capability is phenomenal. If you look at this, like, this extends his stun to a second turn. So that's a round 2 stun for 2 turns on your enemies, and you receive they receive minus 25% damage on the enemy. Or is that on yourself? No, it's against the enemy. And that right there is truly phenomenal. If you look at here, you're going to be able to do bleed, to suffer continuous. So when you stun them, they're going to be able to continuous bleed. Here for open wounds. This one is okay if you want to build them physical. You can build them physical damage. I don't like this. it does increase his damage. He does get succumb to madness, but it's okay if you want to do high increased damage. If you want to build him like a physical attacker, you definitely want to go this branch, increase him up. And here, this is what makes it really good. He makes all orcs damage go higher, but they do have a chance to succumb to madness. But when you level this up 100%, you have to make sure you get only orcs on your side, because they're immune to madness, which just makes it phenomenal. I mean, that makes it super phenomenal, because what you can just do is you can do that, boost them up attacks, then you're gonna go here and you're gonna boost all your units' chance of getting madness with a damage. So if I had to rebuild him, which I wish I had him tier 5, let's see if I can make him respect 5. I don't think I can. No, I can only do, yeah, so I won't be able to get him to respect 5 this season. But if I had to build him out, what I would do, I'm in your server, I just started this account. Well, welcome on board. If you're in my faction, I do have a fellowship. It's called Kings. You know, I think I'm gonna keep the names. I like to get names Kings. And then you guys are more than welcome to join me and have fun. Right now, Agmar is in a bad shape, but who knows? I always say this mode is hardcore anyway. So sorry guys, I'm just so thirsty. I've been talking so much today. I've just been working like crazy. I have to work like crazy to able to get these new gadgets for these streams. You know what I mean? I've been working 70 hours a week. So, but I do it anyways for you, everybody. You know, because it's all about that ring. So, I know, I love my new box. I can't wait to do my Steam Deck and get everything done, do everything, like makes all the combos and stuff like that. That'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. So the way how I built them, again, like I was saying, is I would build them middle chain here. Do I have gems? Okay, yes. So I would max out this. I would max out this. Boom. And then I would max out this. And then I would get these here, but I don't have it unlocked. So if you don't have that unlocked, I would do the stun 100%, because the stun is useful. So that's how I would build him. So you'll be able to play with them pure orcs, smash them, and just have a good time. Now let's go with the Malfa Sauron. I do have this guy maxed out. He is very interesting. There's two ways how you can play him. You can play him as total reduction, which I don't know how I feel, because he does the whole board, reduction on the whole board. But right now I built him as more of a focus driven, because when we look at his stats here, he does have good 237 on focus damage. So that's really good for the archers. That's why I used the archers on him. I just did pure archers because I'm a little lazy. And when you make so many units, I'm definitely not going to be using him as one of my top 10. Definitely not going to do that. But I would do it like this. Orcs damage dealt is plus 25%. Definitely want to do that. And give them speed and reduce their damage by 10%. So riders are pretty good on him. But also, you can decrease the enemy damage. That's good as well. Because this is permanent, so it doesn't matter. Now this, I seen some people do this build here where they reduce everything and they just built them like pure reduced armor, pure do this. I would not bother with the madness. Madness is useless. It's pointless. I would do this. Normal attacks inflict an additional 150% on focus damage. I would would not do the physical damage. I just did that because I had an extra point and I didn't know what to do. I would not even waste my time with these two if you're focusing on focus damage. Physical damage, whatever, but what you want to do is, level up this right here, Lieutenant. You want to be able to increase the damage here for orcs. And right here for enemy units, damage reduction. Because then you can just pure arrows and you'll have a lot of fun. Alright, time for the next one. Now, this guy here... How do I feel about Gothmog? Gothmog. To be honest with you, I really don't like him. He will not be in my top 10 heroes. I know some people have good builds on him. He is definitely somebody you can build really strong defense. He's actually pretty good with riders. See, what you want to do is you want to increase the army's defense. You want to go here and get the trolls and orcs plus damage 2 extended for another round. So it's 4. Then you want to go here. You want to increase the orcs defense here. And then what you want to do is... Where are you? Okay. And this is defense. If you want to build like a good defense, that's also good too. See, he's a little weird because he's mostly support anyways. He's physically... I would just build him as just a pure tank. Put riders on him. Put dragoons on him. I mean, riders are better because he's more focused on orc driven. So he can reduce damage, plus he can heal them. You can actually even put some... What is that called again? That unit. I barely use them. They do physical damage. Here, let me see here. I'm trying to remember the army name. Here you go. Oh, here you go. You could put Reapers on him because that way they actually get a big boost in defense, which is what they really need to. And that way it would actually keep on going, do additional. So Reapers are actually pretty good on him. Another one that would be good because he only works on orcs. You could put Crushers on him. Crushers would definitely be an increased big because they're already tanky. And now with the new Crushers, they're a lot cheaper. So you'll be able to get a lot more out. So that's pretty good. They did that with Crushers with the big updates. The attack on the new Crushers, they still are a little... But, their tier 2 units are actually a lot more feasible because they're cheaper. But the Crushers are really good. They did reduce the cost. But are they the best unit? No. They were the worst unit. And now they are a little bit better. So on Gothmog, they will actually be a lot better because he does boost them a lot with defense. It makes them really tanky. Another good unit for him. Really, that would be it. Riders, Reapers, and Crushers. Those would be the really better ones. You don't really want to use anything else besides those. On Gothmogs, maybe you want to use some trolls for the fun of it. Trolls are really a waste. They need to really reduce the conscription time for those. They really do have a too much waste of material. So let's go on with the next one. Now this guy, he's pretty decent. I would use him as my top 10, but I already have my whole list full. So he's actually really good. You can make him into a beast. Like, honestly, he is somebody that you can, if you level 50, you are really actually doing really well, especially with orcs or yokai, because he has a chance of actually healing after dealing damage. He has his boost up his own might and his speed. He actually has some burn that you can deal with. I wouldn't do pretty much of that. The burning axe is okay. If you want to do focus, to be honest with you, actually let's do this proper, right? So the way how I would do him is, of course, you want to increase this max level. You want to reduce the damage they receive. And then right here. So you can actually do, hey, what's up? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think I will do as much of a wonderful, wonderful work. So with this guy, there's 2 units you can use with him. You can use berserkers, right? That's the one, or you can use riders. So those are the 2. I would recommend you can do both of them because regardless, the abilities for them work really well, especially right here. When you're increasing your might for all damage received and all damages dealt, I would definitely do berserkers, and then I will definitely do riders. So I think right now, what do I have on him? I think I just put random stuff on him right here. Oh, I did a pure orc army. So let's see here. I want to show you guys some battles I did earlier. I try to do this ahead of time so you guys don't have to like wait for them to march. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, this is not what I have to build now. If I actually did the build, I forgot I actually had Burning Axe. I should have taken that out because he's not focus driven. He's very physical driven. So let's see. Now, he's fighting. He won this match. So he's going over here. They're going to hit him hard. Yep, 6,927. That's pretty good for the amount of riders he has. He only has 1,000. So if he had actually 2,000, it would be twice as much. It would be about 13,000. There you go. Boom. He's going to do it again. So he's not focus heavy driven. So that was pretty fair damage though. But if I just did all riders and then I put berserkers, I think he would do a fairly more, he would definitely do a lot more damage, actually, a way more damage. I wonder if I could do that. Let me see something here. Let's go over to him. Because now, with the new update, guess what? You don't have to wait anymore. You can just slap on a whole bunch of berserkers like that. Oh, Gabriel, what is that? Well... Oh. There you go. I think it's going to take 3 hours. 3 hours. Can you believe that, guys? It's... Oh, Raiders. Sorry, not Riders. Raiders. I've been saying Riders the whole entire time. Who cares? You know, we all have some fun, guys. But, yeah, Raiders are my favorite. I've been saying Riders the whole time. Who cares? Ugh. My camera fell down after I hit the table. Thank you, Eric, for correcting my ridiculous saying of things, you know? So, Raiders are really good on him. And I would definitely do Berserkers. So I would do a mix of Raiders and Berserkers. That's great, whatever they called. So that's where you're going to deal with most of the damage. He's actually a really good starting commander. I would definitely use him. To be honest with you, in the Evil faction, there's a lot of good rare commanders compared to epics. A lot of the rare commanders are very useful, and you could do a lot of damage. Now, this guy here... I'm gonna admit that Gorbag, he is interesting. At first, I didn't like him. I thought he was completely useless by everything else. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Berserkers have been my favorite for the last 2 days just because... Oh, Berserkers are phenomenal. Let me tell you, Berserkers, never doubt Berserkers. Let me tell you guys, never ever doubt Berserkers. They are truly magical, and they are absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you. Hey Ray, how you doing that? Yeah, it is faster to change the composition for that. But still, I would definitely do like Raiders and Raiders. Now I'm gonna call it Raiders because now I realize I've been calling them Riders this whole entire time. But it doesn't matter. You guys understood what I meant. You understood what I meant. So, with this guy, Gorbag, he's... At first I didn't like him, but then I actually saw the potential of him. He's actually pretty good. His bigger thing is his ability allows him to capture big tiles earlier than most. That is true. That is correct. Which I didn't understand him too much because of this factor in the very beginning. I was like, okay, it does this. He recovers units, his tip guide, whatever. And then I was like, orcs, okay. And then I looked, orcs, okay. They succumb to madness. They plus damage. And then I was like, oh. And then I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, how can I make this guy really good? And then I was like, you know what? I am totally building this guy the wrong way. Can I reset him? Yes, I can reset him. So I was like, I'm totally building this guy the wrong way. And it hit me. His actually is so good. The way how you can do it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad the videos help everybody. I'm really happy everybody is doing really good. So then I was like, I'm building him the wrong way. I think I know what to do. And then I was like, okay, what I need to do is we're going to increase his focus damage 100% up. Right? Then, well, no, not that. Then I'm going to increase the recovery because HP recovery is ridiculous. Look at that. 400% HP recovery is ridiculous. One ally unit gets 400% recovery. Now, I want you guys to look at this. Oh, okay, so orcs need to do more damage, right? Let's do this as much as we can. So what you want to do is for this guy, now forget about his tier 5 for a moment. You want to be able to get this here, recovery here, and whatever you have remaining, you want to throw it in here. And see if you can max out your madness. And then from there, the type of unit you want to put on him, which is ingenious, because I didn't think about this before. Because I think what I put on him was... Did I put on him the right units? Okay, yes. So, these are the right units you want to put on him. You want to put on him Morgals. You want to put on him Alchemists. I just put Snappers on there for whatever. I think it's because I had some remaining and I wanted to throw it on him. Just because. So, let me see here. Let's remove these. These are useless, guys. Useless. So... you want to be able to focus on that because he does amazing amount of damage with those units. Now, his highlight units are going to be these. They're going to do so much damage. They're going to do so much damage over and over again that it's going to be phenomenal. So let's look at him a little bit. I know with the previous build, we didn't do all the way, but let's do here. Boom. Let's see if we can find him here. I lost a whole bunch because they sent a whole bunch of level 50. We're fighting a massive war right now. You know, let's look at here. So this is a level 27. I'm versing a level 42. So let's take a good look here. So when you look at this, this is where you're going to focus on most of your focus damage. This guy has a tier 4. This guy is overly powerful. I have a level 24 here, but I did actually a good amount of damage for the level that I have. So let's see. See, he just did 15,000. He just popped and those units automatically went. Well, I'm always going to be on Agmar. I don't know how the roleplay system works completely. So once we find out how that works, then we'll be able to do a lot more. Man, I gotta tell you, that new update with the Morgals, they have become phenomenally good. Phenomenally good. Look at that. So, my team is automatically way weaker than his team. And we are actually doing pretty decent amount of damage. And his team is actually pretty tanky. He actually has a pretty tanky team. He has tier 4s. Which is an interesting tier 4. Have I seen that tier 4 before? Let's see here. I still managed to do a lot of damage. Let me see here. Oh, did they change how these guys look for him? Yeah, they did. Look at that. They're stylish. They used to look very much, they used to look the same as the Lorians tier 4, but I guess now they changed them and they made them look a lot more like different, so that way they could be a different they could be a different unit. And I love all you guys. You guys can be able to join my warband at any time. I'll be more than happy to welcome you. But yes, I would definitely focus with him on Alchemists and Morgals. They will do a lot well, but I would just put a pure team of Morgals because of his where is the ability? Because of his ability right here, which is orcs, because the orcs are going to receive the most damage. All the orcs are going to receive the more. All the orcs are going to do better. They're going to receive better, and you're going to recover, and they do dual attacks. So I would just focus on that. I just unlocked those tier 4s. Yeah, so when you want to do that, let's go with him, Grima. I don't like Grima. I don't use him personally. I never liked him even in the movies. He's my tavern boy. So I can show you guys his abilities, but honestly, he's good for madness, giving like other enemies confusion and stuff like that. But to be honest with him, I don't like him. I actually, as a personal unit of his, he's great on focus damage. He does have a high amount of focus damage. But personally, I don't like him. He's just look at him. He's all white and pasty. Let me stop. I'm messing around. I just don't like him as a character, as a hero. And I think the way he looks in here, it's just that look that you just want to throw him in a closet. Yes, they are. You know, it's kind of funny how Agnor and Lindon, they're kind of like, their tier 4s are very similar to, you know, Agnor is very similar to, well, not Gundor, sorry, to their tier 3, what you may call it, what are they called, Rangers. But they're just upgraded, they're like super Rangers. So that's kind of interesting on there. So let's look at the next one here. Now we have Khaldun. Yes, Khaldun. So what we're gonna be doing here, he's actually quite interesting. There's two ways to actually build him, right? You can build him where you give him Evil Man. We talked about this before, actually. You can give him Evil Man attacking twice. You're able to give Evil Man's reducing damage. And then you'll be able to get 50% chance of reducing damage received by 20. So you can build him as a reduced damage, or you can make him straight into a powerhouse, because look at his physical damage. His physical damage is truly phenomenal. So let's see here. Let's just do that for fun. Anyways, so his physical damage is really good. So him as a commander alone is really good. So what you could do is, instead of doing it focusing on your main enemies, you can just focus on him. So you could do this, power up his attack, give him more physical damage on here, and he will be able to increase his might, do more physical damage, do the spear dance. Now spear dance is not going to be as good and either here, but this is going to be good. The brawler is definitely worth it, and the spear dance is worth it because it still does the physical damage. I wouldn't do the End Venom, because the End Venom it's not going to do anything because poison's effect with focus damage, so you don't want to do that. What you want to do is just, you know, focus on having him do his pierce. So I would just do these two channels, and then do this right here and decrease the cause the enemy stats. Normal attack causes the enemy stats to be 20%, because that will give you a boost. That's another way of doing it, is just making him like a pure like powerhouse. He's easily do it. The evil men in this are really good, but there is one epic that I really don't like, that doesn't really serve, and that's this guy right here. He's cool, he does heal, but there's nothing fancy about him. Like, yes, he heals, right? He does a major heal. I guess that's okay. But Gorbadge, he's a regular rare commander, and he heals 400%. So he does 50 more than he does. And right here, when you link on here, yes, he can increase defense and tips. And then here he does like burn damage. But when you look at his stats here, his stats are not that good. They're pretty decent. They're like average level. He has an average level stats, right? And he does focus damage. He's like madness here, and I guess this is a chance to attack twice if you have range units, but only at minimal damage. See, what is that? He has a chance to attack twice for range units, but they do minimum damage. I mean, come on. That defeats a purpose of a tier 5. I mean, respect 5. Respect 5 level. I mean, you have to really grind, and then you're going to give them this awesome ability, but have such a heavy negative on him. It's not that good. Yes, you can receive less damage. He does siege, which is a waste for a tier 5. And then you have all this other stuff. Chance of succumbing to madness, which is cool, confusing. I really don't like him. I think out of all the epics, he is the worst epic. He's not the best one. I think they wanted to make him more utility, but they kind of ruined his utility by kind of throwing more damage. And then, you know, I understand giving him more siege damage. That's awesome. You give him more siege damage, +7 per unit. It's going to be really great. They're going to do amazing siege damage. Yeah, his level 5 can be amazing, but but only at a minimal damage. Take the only at minimal damage out of there, and you know, let him do regular. Just take that out and just do a normal each round. You know, and it'll be a lot better, because that is just ridiculous. It just takes too much. The recover HP is fine. That's good, and the defense is good. That you don't really need. So that's how I feel about him there. And now for her. So I haven't really gotten good builds with her. Be honest with you, out of all the rares, Grima is probably the worst. And in my opinion, because I just don't like Grima. But she's kind of interesting. I mean, she does have early siege, so for me, I think she's more set up for a siege unit than an assault unit. You can build her assaulty. I mean, she does have the abilities to stack damage. What's her stats again? Yeah, like she's like a focus. She's like a focus with some might, kind of like mix. It's a little weird. So, and then she has where she can reduce that. Then it works, reduce that. Physical damage received. So she can reduce damage. Enemy they get receive more damage. Inflict bleed. To be honest, she's also like, I would just put her as an assault, really as not assault unit, a siege unit. I would just make her a siege because she's kind of like the rare version of this guy right here. And when you have a full army of alchemists, well, if you have a full army of alchemists, right? If you have a full army of alchemists, then you can have a +7 in damage. And that way they could do 37 damage. But yeah, Christopher, you're completely right. Why do more siege damage? Why do more siege damage? Now, I understand doing siege damage for maybe your lower units like raiders, because raider does these, or dragoons, stuff like that. But it's just like a weird thing to put on evil. I think those are my 3 complaints, is that they have like this unit right here. These are completely bottom of the tier. If I had to rank them, I guess you guys are all going to tell me, okay, bro, what tier would you rank them? And who did I use to fight Balrog? All right, I'm going to tell you what units I use to fight Balrog. So, the units I use to fight Balrog, hands down, I use Kamal, I use Shadow, I use my Black Serpent, I use Sauron, and guess what? Those 4 units killed them. Like that. Boom. Damage, got them out of the park. Killed them. I also used Luz once, and I killed a couple of Balrogs. So another time I used Maltak, I used Luz, I used Agzork. Let's see. And I think it was this guy. I also used, what's his name again? Oktak, right? I used those. I used these 1, 2, 3, 4 units here, and I wiped out a Balrog right away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I actually took out, for people who don't know, because you guys are not in my server, I actually soloed a city before. I actually took out, in about less than an hour, I captured a city on my own. Like, soloed a city. And it was easy. It was actually Pharaoh. I captured this city on my own. Level 25. Wiped out the army. Sieged the whole entire thing. Captured it, won. I also almost did it for Emyon. This is when I was early and I didn't have alchemists. I actually went here and I took these guys out. Where is that city? I can't see because there's so much fire and death right here. So I actually took the city out all the way to 1 million. It had 1 million remaining and it was easy. I was able to get that down. And I also helped. I did majority of damage here for the capital. It's like crazy HP, all that stuff to get right here. Yeah, so I did for the capital, when I did raided the capital, I got it down to, I think I did 6 million damage on it, 6 to 7 million. I think it was 6 to 7 million I did on it. It was very easy. I got it down. So you can siege with the evil faction a lot with commanders. You just got to plan it out. But definitely, what kind of units I'm gonna be using. I would definitely be using for next season, my top 10. Well, before I get into that, because we have some time, let me go over some tiers, because I think everybody wants to hear my ranking for the commanders. So this is going to be the final commander video, because we did one, so we're doing a second. So I'm going to rank all the commanders and how I absolutely feel. I'm going to rank them from S, A, B, C, D, and then, well, let's just do, let's see. I'm going to rank S, A, B, and then C would be the lowest. We'll do C as the lowest. I don't like to go into D and F and stuff. That's way too much. There's not even that many commanders for that. So, Kamal, S. Definitely S rank. Shadow, S rank. Definitely highly recommend them. These two here, freaking phenomenal. In case you're wondering, Sauron, S. Definitely. I know a lot of people say they're disappointed with him, but man, this guy, he is rocking. Let me tell you, this guy is rocking hardcore socks. He is just so good. Just brilliant. If you don't believe me, let me show you something here. Let me go into the PvP, because we got to show the proof. No, that's not it right there. Yeah, trust me, I've been fighting like crazy, crazy people. Where are you, Sauron? Okay, so let me show you guys some stuff. And for those people who don't believe Sauron is that good, this is just using Morgals and Corsairs. So let me show you how powerful Sauron could be. And this is why I say he's definitely an S rank, because this guy can dish out damage like no tomorrow. You go 300. Heals up. He does 1,000 there. Using men, he's able to heal them up. He does another 1,000 there. Right there. Boom. And listen, this is all Sauron, right? We haven't gotten the units. Now we got into units. I believe that was his team. It kind of was a little weird right there. So, there you go. 4,000. Boom. Here it comes again. Right? It's going to attack again. Yeah. There you go. Boom. Again. Look at that. That's how you know Sauron's good. You see how all those units, how much damage that is? That's Morgals, by the way. And that's like 13,000 damage right there. Yeah, it was 13,000 damage we did with them. And this whole entire time, that was one round. That was dealing with one round. Now, of course, the Corsairs got messed up, you know, whatever. But that was one round. So now going into the second round, it's just another like 20 damage or more. You're doing 25,000 damage every turn. Average. That's just an average thing. And he's going to keep going. Look, 4,000 on his own. Another 4,000. That's almost 8,000. And then I think that was Corsair that did that. Look at that. For people who don't believe how awesome Sauron is, look at this damage here. I mean, talk about it. You're talking about like... This is turn 3, guys. Turn 3. Or that was turn 2, I think. And we already are doing so much phenomenal damage. It's just ridiculous how much damage we're doing. Now, Corsairs could be a little bit better. Of course, you can do all Morgals if you really want. But, man, the type of damage that you're doing on this is just ridiculous. He does another 1,500, 1,000. That's 3,000 damage right there. Look at that. I mean, come on, 3,000. You're doing another 7,000. That's 7,000 damage, and he healed them. for 5,000 HP. 5,000 HP. So, okay, I rest my case. So, those people who are saying they're disappointed in Sauron, there you go. You're not building him right. That's what it is. So, definitely S. All right, Black Serpent. I'm going to rank him as an A. If you don't get him his tier 3, he is definitely a B. I'm just going to say that. He's definitely a B on his tier when you unlock him. He's only good on tier if you get him to tier 3. His tier 5 is you can be without. If you have elephants, that's good on you. You can use that. But his respectable, not tier 3, what am I talking about? His respect level 3, that's where you want to be. That's when he becomes an A rank. But below that, nothing. So, this guy is definitely an A rank. You gotta love that. He is really strong, able to hit hard. Undying, unfortunately, Undying is just gonna be an A. He does good amount of recovery, support. He is good as a legend, but of all the legends, he's probably the one that does the least amount of damage, right? Lose S rank 100%. This guy is kicking butt left and right. He does so much damage. You cannot compare the damage he does. You just cannot. Definitely S rank. Gardenish, he's a B. Definitely a B. If you build him with pure assault damage or get him to max level, you could possibly get him to an A, but really he's a B. I would focus on him more on doing siege damage than anything else. Maltak is definitely an A rank, 100%. He is phenomenal. He's really one of the best rares for evil faction in the game. Does really phenomenal job. Does great things. Shakuk, he's I would say he's a lower A, more higher B, but definitely can be there. Reason is because when you look at this, look at his stats, and it's kind of a little weird. I would say he's more of a B plus because his might damage is very low, and he's more focused on focus damage, which is kind of weird for raiders because they're physical. They don't have anything special. That's why I said Maltak is a lot better, because Maltak's physical power, his might is higher, so he would be able to boost him up better. I would say Sagrat is a I would call him a B plus too. If you can get him pretty decently, he can definitely get going. If you get him to his, if you unlock all his level, you can possibly get him to an A. But definitely, he's definitely a B plus. Definitely a B plus. Malfa Sauron is a B, 100%. He's a B. He can be able to be good if you build him right with focus, and you can put some focus unit. He can maybe get him to a B plus, but he's a solid B. Gothmog, I would say he's a B plus. He's almost an A. He does give the army definitely a high amount of defense, and you can definitely hang in there. You can definitely fight, whatever, but he's missing, like, he's missing a little bit more boost. If he had some more army boost, just more, maybe more damage applied, or even more boosting of all armies, attacks that are just orcs, he would be a lot better, and now he would be an A, but he's definitely a B plus. Ukthak is definitely an A rank. This guy is amazing. Put berserkers on him. You can put raiders on him and watch him fly. This guy is super good. He's great as a starting unit. I would highly recommend using him 100%. Gorbag and a B plus. Solid B plus. This guy, he does get a good start. Now, if you're Agmar, you can probably think of him as an A, because as you start off with units with focus and poison damage, so he's able to be used a lot more. Grima, a C, a hard C. He is a complete failure in my heart. That's right there. Don't like him. definitely not a good commander. He's a C plus because he does have high amounts of focus damage, but yeah. Khaldun is definitely a B. If you make him with the evil human build, you can get a B plus. He's actually pretty decent. He can carry you pretty good in the beginning of the game. Later game, he kind of falls off a little bit, but yeah, definitely good. Now, as a rule, he is a C. Sorry, he's one of the worst epics in the game. I really don't think he's that special. He's definitely not the best epic in my opinion. I know some people disagree. I would not like him as well. Same with Yusura. She is definitely a C too. She's not the best hero in the game. I would just have her for siege damage or completing tips because she is useful. Let me tell you, that right here, completing acting as two commanders to complete tips, is hands down. She's really good for the tavern, but as far as combat or being usefulness on the field, she's not that good. I would definitely put a hard pass on her. Now let's go with the other commanders I don't have, which is very little. But I can't give you a solid answer on those. There we go. Okay. So let's go with the commanders we have. Okay. These are the commanders I don't have. My personal opinion on him. Even though I think he's ugly and I don't like his look, he's actually pretty good. He is a solid A. Really good commander. He does really good with berserkers. You can actually increase his might and speed just like Urtak. That's very good. He does give the HP after dealing damage, which is phenomenal. He does increase the damage on them. Enemy units, these are okay. I would not focus on that. I would focus on this. I would get Outlaw 100%. I would not do that. And I would definitely get the White Hand. Definitely good ability on there. And try to get also your Tiring. That one is good. So he's definitely a solid A. Throw Berserkers on him. You won't be disappointed at all. You can actually put snipers as well. Snipers would be really good if you want to do a combo of 2 units. I would do snipers and I would do berserkers, but he definitely throw some berserkers on him. You're not going to be disappointed. He's going to really rock and roll. Definitely a solid A. He's definitely a solid A in my heart. Now, the Witch King. The Witch King, surprisingly enough, I don't think he's an S rank. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying this. His Black Captain, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. This ability alone is worth every penny. He's worth every penny to get because he makes everyone increase damage like crazy. And he's able to reduce damage. And he's able to get them quick and attack twice. That ability is an S. Hands down. Really amazing, but very limited to focus units. He doesn't do that much for reduced damage, and he requires a lot. I mean, you need Ring Wraith, and getting a respect level 3 on a legend is very hard. It's not the easiest. Another thing is he does have some great. He has some great abilities on tier 5, a respect. But again, like, it's very hard to get that. So he's a solid A because he's kind of like a one-trick pony. That means you got to build him in this certain way. You got to get him. My camera again. Gotta do that. Sorry. You gotta build him one way. That's with alchemists or morgals, and that's what you're gonna do. Because right here, orcs, everything else as far as it goes, and the boosting, that's That's what you want to build them. They do double the damage. You're able to attack twice because you're able to get the alchemist attacking twice, and then you get the plus negative damage on them, and they're also going to be able to deal more damage. So Morgels and alchemists are the best units for him. This is okay because it reduces damage, but it has a chance of being stunned. That's okay. And then normal attack causes additional blank and burn, which is fine. But he's really locked down. You can't really change him so much. That's why he's a solid A, pretty much. Now, let's go on to the other one. This guy here, 100%. Chiron is an S rank. This guy is super phenomenal. He is ridiculously good. I mean, I wish I got him. He is the best of all of the commanders in the evil faction. I would rank him probably number 1. He is right there. He is so good. He is ridiculously good. I wish I got him. He is one of the best. The reason why is he not only heals, he recovers so much HP. I mean, so much HP. It's really hard to do any damage to his units. He can eliminate stats, which makes it even good. He can reduce damage like crazy. He has the ability to even stun, which is another crazy, which is affects all enemies. All enemies. So against 2 enemies, he actually stuns them each round. That right there is ridiculous. That ability right there makes him automatically an S. Every round, he has the chance of stunning all enemies. That gives you a free hit damage, and he recovers them. He heals them. So upon dealing damage, so automatically you're gonna get units that freaking soak up. Boom, hit them. They're all stunned. Whatever. Boom, you hit them. They heal up. Your units. Boom, boom, boom. You have a chance of doing it twice. Boom, get in there. You're gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be really ridiculous. And then here you go. Causes minimal damage, and their speed is minus on that. More damage reductions on arrows, and then you have something like freaking this guy is utility is crazy and reducing damage. You have the chance of attacking twice with evil men. You have more damage received for the enemy, but being chance of stunned again each round, which is quicksand. Like, let me tell you, if you get this guy respect level 5, you are a champion and you are going to win most of your battles. I don't care how good the good units are. This guy is 100% number 1 top rank commander up there. I think the only other commander that comes close to him is probably maybe White Gandalf. Not Gandalf. Gandalf. It's White Gandalf, or maybe King of the Undead. Like, I forgot what's his name. The Ghost King. Those are pretty good. That's coming up there. But man, this guy is phenomenal. If you got him, you got very lucky. You can't beat him as far as that goes. Now, let's go with him. Saruman, he is quite a damage dealer. If you look at his attack, he does a lot of damage. He is definitely an A+, almost an S rank. Reason being is because, again, you have to really unlock the other levels to really get the really big kind of perks for his whole branch, which is the Urukai. Urukai will do the best for him. As you can see, this whole 5 is amazing when you're able to increase a whole faction of your whole quarters of Urukai. Is phenomenal. So you can build that with him. As far as this goes, he does do some madness, which is cool kind of tricks, and he does do some good damage on him. Like, this is what you want to do is right here is many of colors. Many colors are really good. You'll build a very solid foundation of doing high damage. Madness. You could do Madness, but it's not going to be the best, to be honest with you. Really. It's going to be right here. His tier 5 is like, that's where it's at for him with his units. He's a solid A+, maybe an A. But, yeah. So, guys, that is it for this video. Let me tell you, it's been a pleasure for all of you guys being watching here. That's my end of the Commanders. Waiting for Season 2. I have to give the Evil Faction another try. I started on the wrong server. Ah, Leviathan. You guys are always welcome to play with me, and we can always fight the odds in Agmar. Let me tell you, I always like to, you know, really go out there and help everybody. But yeah, next season is going to be really good. I think it's going to be really fine. I'm excited for it. It's going to come up in about 3 days, I think. It's like 3 days, I believe, next week. I think it's next week on the 15th. Try the 15th or next Friday. Either one, it works out. But yeah, guys, it's been a lot of fun. This will be the last video until Season 2 comes out for Lord of the Rings. We are going to be doing some Rise of Warlord videos. I promised everybody that I would do the Commander videos before the season end. I kept my promise. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope all this helps with you. Like I said, oh, I didn't tell you guys my top 10. My top 10 are going to be, of course, Kamal, the Shadow, Sauron, Black Serpent. I am going to use Undying. I'm going to use Luz. I'm going to use Maltak. And I'm going to use Agzok. Yeah, so Maltak is definitely going to be there. Luz, Agzok, Undying, Sauron, Black Serpent, Kamal, and the Shadow. If I do get Witch King, I'll put him up in there too as well. Or Kyra, I'll definitely put. So, thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure. And again, this is Gabriel Phoenix signing off. So, hope you guys enjoy. It's been a lot of fun. Peace out.